dulled. The train line closed, the ferries slowed. By 1933, the area had settled into a quiet rhythm. Making things worse, that season's fishing output had been less productive than usual. A newspaper called the area's herring haul very poor and practically disastrous. Another observer labeled it lamentably bad. The area needed a boost. Under normal circumstances, Mackay's claim might have been shared, lightly debated, and then forgotten. She may have even laughed and shrugged the whole thing off, chalking it up to a trick of the light or an overactive imagination. But circumstances weren't normal. Mackay happened to tell her story in a time and place uniquely primed for an extraordinary event. Science, art, and culture were changing so rapidly that anything seemed possible. The stars were aligned for a strange little tale to grow in size and importance. Then something happened that launched Mackay's story into the stratosphere. The press got involved. Alex Campbell was a freelance writer for a local paper called the Inverness Courier. When he heard of Mackay's odd sighting, he recognized its appeal and made quick work of writing it up for publication. In the tradition of so many journalists at the time, Campbell made little effort to stick to the facts. Rather, he took an already odd tale and embellished it. He included fictional details and emotionally provocative language, declined to name Mackay in the story, and also remained anonymous himself, identifying only as a correspondent. His misinformation-filled column hit newsstands on May 2nd, 1933, both setting a standard for the way future journalists would handle Loch Ness Monster reporting and shocking the public at the same time. Strange spectacle on Loch Ness. What was it? Informed readers that a monster lived in Loch Ness. And not just any monster, but a large, fearsome-looking whale-like beast. Campbell declared that Mackay's sighting wasn't some shocking new revelation, but confirmation of a generations-old belief. His column made it seem as though locals had always been on the lookout for such an aquatic creature. The stage was set for the drama of the century. Loch Ness had itself a monster. Chapter 2. Wanderlust. As Scottish Highlanders pondered the likelihood of a monster in Loch Ness, British theatergoers gaped at a different type of water beast altogether, the African hippo. This huge and deadly monster was just one of the stars of Marmaduke Wetherell's newest film, Wanderlust. At 50, Wetherell was a wrinkled, bushy-browed, swashbuckling showman with an eye for drama. And Wanderlust delivered plenty of drama. Audiences gazed in rapt attention at the black-and-white film's documentary-style footage of animals in Africa, including stalking leopards, grazing buffalo, lumbering hippos, and giraffes with impossibly long limbs. They tittered nervously at footage of a lion swatting at a crew member and gasped in horror at the destruction caused by a plague of locusts. Wetherell had done a fine job, not only of filming a variety of wildlife, but also in presenting it. His movie was easy to follow, entertaining, and occasionally even funny. Critics called it excellent. Wetherell's success with Wanderlust was hard-earned. He'd spent decades trying to make a name for himself as an actor, appearing everywhere from cramped London playhouses to the silver screen. When success didn't hit in England, he traveled to British-controlled South Africa to try his luck there. He appeared in several African film production movies. Still, fame remained just out of reach. Wetherell's ambitions weren't limited to the world of theater. He tried other things too, splitting his time between England, South Africa, and northern Rhodesia, now Zambia. There were the years he tried to become a farmer in northern Rhodesia, a plan he ultimately abandoned when the farm had bust up. And there were the years he'd put into academics, toying with both anthropology and zoology. He tromped across the English countryside in search of ancient ruins and through the African veldt stalking animals. His accomplishments in both fields were respectable but minor. Eventually, Wetherell worked as a big-game hunting guide for wealthy British tourists, too. He kept his clients safe and happy, but was otherwise unremarkable at the job. He still hadn't found his niche. In 1925, Wetherell came tantalizingly close to cinematic success with a film called Livingstone. Wetherell wrote, directed, and starred in the epic biopic.